Andy Weidl, in your first year as Vice President of Player Personnel, can you explain to the fans the responsibilities, the new responsibilities you have, certainly as they pertain to the draft?
Sure. We all work together closely. Myself, the college scouts, the pro scouts, football operations, and along with our coaching staff, work together, and we're all trying to fulfill Mr. Lurie, Howie, and Coach Peterson's vision of the team, and just try and drive that daily, and try and execute it. And we're looking for Eagle type of players, guys that fit our culture, and are going to come in and be people that we're going to be proud of on the field and proud of off the field.
Andy, you've been in the NFL for 23 years. You have worked your way up the ladder. So I wonder, given the role you have now, if you can have a different perspective, a different appreciation for an assistant and an area scout and all the different levels that it takes to put this thing together.
No doubt. I started from the bottom as an intern with the Steelers. And I remember the airport drives I used to do, and back and forth, Pittsburgh airport, bringing players in, and we're bringing in for visits. And just coming up through the pipeline, the scouting pipeline, being a combine scout, an area scout, and just how you waited to have a voice. You did all the work, all those hours away from home, all the nights, in those hotels and away from your family. And finally, it all comes here to a big crescendo this weekend. And you just want to have a voice. The players you believe in, the players you feel passionately about. You want to go to bat for them like a good lawyer in a courtroom. Right, it's about having a strategy and knowing when to speak and make a case for your player, or if you're arguing maybe against a player, say, hey, this guy's too high and here's why. And I think it's an exciting time because there's thousands and thousands of hours that are put in by our scouts, our football operations, by support staff, Katie, David, and Paige, and Kathy, and everyone. They come together for this, and here we are. We're on the precipice of another draft, exciting weekend for the Philadelphia Eagles.
All right, let's talk about this roster as it stands right now. When you look at the depth chart, and I know you have it in your house somewhere, Andy, what do you see with this football team entering a draft where you have 8 picks and a lot of opportunities to get better?
Well, we're excited about our team. We didn't get to where we wanted to last year. We fell short of our ultimate goal, but we're excited about the players we've come back, the nucleus we have, and the new additions to our team, the players that we've signed and won out. Credit to Howie and being aggressive and bringing in the Darius Slade trade, the Javon Hargraves, Nickel Roby Coleman's, bringing Jalen Mills back, Rodney McLeod. We're excited. They're Eagle type of players and Eagle type of people. And we're excited about those guys and the players and veterans we have coming back and the young guys we have in the pipeline. And these new additions we got coming this weekend. So, you can sense the energy. You can sense the excitement. We were in meetings 2 weeks ago, the draft meetings, and just felt it with the coaching staff, with the scouts, the alignment, and the energy. And we're really looking forward to this coming season.
Andy, you mentioned Slay, you mentioned Hargrave and Roby Coleman. I'd like you to talk specifically about those 3 as well as Will Parks and Jatavis Brown. What about those players and their skill sets was so appealing to bring them to Philadelphia?
Well, exactly. Will Parks, Jatavis Brown, those guys, they've played in this league and they performed and they've been productive players. And we think all those guys are Eagle wiring guys. They bring a skill set, a toughness. I think people will be able to identify with in the city. We just like the mentality those guys play with and their ability to do different things and to contribute. And we just think they fit our culture and our building and what we're building here.
I think Howie Roseman addressed this earlier, and maybe you can add to it. The idea of adding speed to this football team, and we saw it here on the defensive side of the ball. Seems like it was a theme, a really important part of the blueprint here. If that's true, can you talk about what adding speed does for this defense?
Well, I think you swarm better. It's become such a space game where teams are getting spread out and they're looking for matchups one-on-one outside. And when you have guys that can chase these quarterbacks down, these quarterbacks are becoming more mobile. You see the Lamar Jacksons, the Dak Prescott. Those guys can get outside the pocket, and we want guys that can run to the ball, that can chase people down. And the team speed was something that we focused on, and we're excited about the guys we brought in because they're guys, players on our defense that add to that and bring that element.
You mentioned it, Andy, just a moment ago, the versatility of Will Parks and potentially Jalen Mills adding responsibilities to his role. Is this the way the NFL is going here? It seems like it's something in the last few years where you want the defensive players to be able to be multiple so that they can match up with the way the offenses are spacing out defense and really trying to create those one-on-one matchups. Is that the way the league is going now?
I think it is, and you look no further than the NFC and what we have to deal with in Christian McCaffrey, the Alvin Kamaras, the positionless players on offense. You want players that can match up with those players on defense, and the versatility we see in those players is something that was attractive and something they bring to the table to help defend those type of players that you're seeing more and more NFL offenses go to.
The offensive line has always been so important for the Eagles, building from the inside out. Who are some young players that fans might not know about who you feel are ready to take that next step?
Well, we got a good crew of young guys inside on our offensive line, and not only there, but across the board on in our team. And we're looking forward for all those guys taking the next step. I mean, they're young players that we vetted, we brought in here for a reason. Our scouts have done an unbelievable job. Our pro department going out and acquiring guys last year, via the waiver wire, poaching guys. So we got a lot of young players that we're excited about to see them take their next step here in their development and in the progress of being Philadelphia Eagles.
Andy, we all know that the Eagles want to put as many weapons around Carson Wentz as possible. So give us an evaluation how the Eagles stack up at running back and at tight end and at wide receiver. From a collective standpoint, as from the level you want to where they are, do you feel like you have a lot to work with there already in place?
Yeah, I think we got really good, talented guys, a good mixture there, and we're excited about them. Tight end, running back, I think those positions, they speak for themselves in terms of talent and ability and the people we have there. And also a receiver. We got some young guys that are hungry. We got some veterans, they're proven veterans. And we're excited for them to come back and have that mixture and watch how this formulates and hopefully build upon how we ended last season in December and really get that rolling in the next season.
And you mentioned staying true to your board and trusting it. In general, is it hard to do that? I mean, through the years, have you found that teams generally stay true to what they've evaluated? Because as you say, there are so many things that can happen during the course of a draft, players available that you might not have thought would be available. But in general, is it hard to stay true to the board?
Well, I think you grade the players, you evaluate them, you put them through the process, you stack accordingly, and then you're just prepared. You're prepared for any different scenarios. You never know what's going to happen. If a trade opportunity is going to come out, either way, moving up or down. And I just think you stack the board accordingly to the players' talents, how we see them, how they fit our system, and how they fit our culture, and then you just work from there.
Andy, this is obviously very unique circumstances. We left the NovaCare complex on March 12th. That was before the Eagles were able to complete all of the top 30 visits. So in that context, with these circumstances, how has it been in terms of evaluating thoroughly all of these prospects, not having that face-to-face time? How's it been for you? Do you feel like it's gone as well as you would hope it have gone?
We've been aggressive. We've talked to the players that we needed to, all the players we had scheduled for our top 30 visits. We all had a chance to speak with, whether it was FaceTime, video chats. There's been a great effort, an unbelievable effort from our scouts, from our coaching staff, from everybody involved, front office. Everybody's chipped in. It's been all hands on deck. And, there's opportunities when you talk one-on-one on a FaceTime and you're isolated, you're in a room, you're in your room and the players in their room, and you just get a chance. Kind of just, hey, here's who I am, and it's a little bit more personable. We're finding out, and we're having great talks and great experiences, and we're excited. So I think from that point, it's been a challenge, but it's a challenge that we've met, and really proud of the efforts from everybody across the board.
Andy, this draft is not just rounds 1 through 7. There's a post-draft process that when we are at NovaCare, it's always interesting to watch that when the draft is over, everybody scatters, making phone calls, trying to recruit players to the Philadelphia Eagles. How will it work? If you can kind of describe what that organized chaos is going to be like as you anticipate it this year.
Right. Well, we'll work in teams. We have our scouts paired up with coaches at the cross-check position, and they will get together, and they're a team within a team, and they'll go down the list of available players, and we will try to work accordingly. And it's been great groundwork, and we've been aggressive with it. We've been talking, we've been recruiting. It's been exciting. So everybody gets their they've had their salesman hat on, and they're trying to sell people on the Eagles and the opportunity here, players, and that'll be the approach. So we'll be aggressive after it. And we got great recruiters and great salespeople and scouts and our coaching staff, and we'll be exciting to see how that ends up and who we acquire after the draft.
When this is all said and done, and we're sitting back looking at the collective, new players, this group that comes in, what will constitute in your mind a successful draft weekend for the Philadelphia Eagles?
Hopefully we'll be in Tampa with the confetti falling on us in February. That's our goal every year. And to bring a class in, guys that can contribute for years to come. That's what's great here is that our goal here is winning championships. And that's across the board. And it's exciting. So we want guys that are going to come in and contribute, hit the ground running. Every player has a different path. Every guy has a different story. Some guys come in immediately and they hit the ground and they go and they play year one. Some guys it takes, maybe they're playing special teams, they work their way into a starting role in year 2 or year 3. Some guys have just become really good backups and special teams players. So we're trying to get as many players in here that are our Eagle type of players and Eagle type of people. And I think that's the goal. But we're a championship team and we want to win championships. We tasted it in 2017 and we're hungry to get back there.
Last one for you, Andy, and thanks so much for joining us here. And you look great, and like you said earlier, I can't wait to see you when we get back to NovaCare. But I wondered, from your standpoint, you are a football guy. You love this 12-month-a-year process. And I wonder, is there one thing in particular that you really look forward to during the weekend of the NFL Draft?
I think it's the excitement leading up to the first round. I think that's a great moment. It all builds up, all that work, all that energy, and then when the commissioner kicks it off, that's a great time. But also before day 3, we get together as a group and we go over the board and we go over targets, and everybody gets the scouts, people have done the work, they get a chance to voice who they were really excited about. And it just kind of, it's a way, okay, here we go. We have 3 4th-round picks right now, 5th-round pick and a 6th-round pick. So we're going to have a tremendous opportunity. And that's an exciting morning too. And we get together as a staff and we come together and everybody gets a voice one more time in those last 5 picks that we have right now. So we're really looking forward to Saturday morning as well as the opening of the draft too.
Andy Weidl, thanks so much. Best of luck this weekend. Let's keep this great offseason going. Have yourself a winning weekend here, the 2020 NFL Draft.
Thank you, Dave. Great seeing you.